Questions. First, who is the owner of Deaf Child in Mindoro, the video that Ramon sent to NCR Deaf.org? First, it's important to note that ownership over the video or over the work is separate and distinct from ownership of the copyright over said video or said work. So the sale or transfer of the object itself, the physical object, does not necessarily include sale or transfer of the copyright over said object. So there could be instances wherein only the physical object was sold, but the copyright remains with the author or with the creator. So in this case, who is the owner of the video that Ramon sent to NCR Deaf.org? From a reading of the facts, since it was stated that Ramon wanted to support the advocacy of the NGO, so the NGO gave him 500 and he sent the video to them. A sale cannot be presumed based on those facts. So if there was no sale, if Ramon did not sell the video or the copyright over such video to the NGO, then the logical assumption would be that he merely licensed the use of the video in the preparation of the video lessons of the NGO. So the 500 that he received was merely payment for the license to use his video. Next question. Who is the owner of the video lesson that the NCR Deaf.org produced? So since we have established that there was no sale, so Ramon still owns the video. So what about the video lesson that NCR Deaf.org produced? Well, since it was stated that Ramon wanted to support the advocacy, it would be reasonable to assume that he knew that the NGO would use his video in preparing their video lessons. Hence the license that he granted to them. Okay, so since the video lesson was created by NCR Deaf.org, then NCR Deaf.org owns the video lesson. Take note, only the video lesson, not the video, since Ramon never sold the video or the copyright thereto to the organization. So next, who is the owner of the videos bought by the parents in the church? So, as stated in the facts, there was a teacher in Bicol who copied the video lessons that DepEd distributed nationwide. And this teacher, after copying the video, sold it to the parents for storytelling in their church. So clearly, this is a case of copyright infringement, since the teacher did not have prior authorization from the copyright owner to reproduce the video or to make copies of the video. Hence, all the copies that the teacher reproduced and sold to the parents, they are considered pirated copies, and there is a clear case of copyright infringement in this situation. The last question for now is, who is the owner of the video of the hearing signer who videotaped Ramon's live storytelling during Deaf Awareness Week? Here, the live storytelling is covered by a separate copyright from the copyright over the video that Ramon originally produced. So since the live storytelling has a separate copyright, Ramon has the right to prevent unauthorized videotaping of his performance, which in this case, it is clear that the hearing signer did not have prior authority from Ramon to videotape the performance. Hence, the video that the hearing signer produced, the copyright over the performance still remains with Ramon, and the video is an illegal reproduction of such performance. First, is it legal for the NCR Deaf Advocacy Org to sell to DepEd? From a reading of the facts, it would be a reasonable presumption to presume that there's a pre-existing contract between NCR Deaf Advocacy Org and DepEd. For the latter, for the former, for the org, to provide materials that DepEd will use for teaching deaf children, as stated in the facts. So, the sale of the video lesson that NCR Deaf Advocacy Org produced to DepEd would be legal pursuant to their contract that the NGO would provide materials for DepEd. Next, is it legal for Ramon to receive the 500 pesos and also the 3% of the profits? Based on the facts, it would seem that the 500 pesos that Ramon received from the NGO was for the use of his video in making the video lesson. So, yes, there is no legal prohibition there. And also with regard to the 3% of the profits, based on the contract that the NGO sent to Ramon, promising that they would pay him 3% of the profits from selling their video lesson to DepEd. If Ramon consented to the terms of such contract, then yes, he is legally entitled to the 3% share of the profits of the sale. Next question. Is it legal for the Bicol teacher to copy the video? Here, clearly, the teacher in Bicol did not secure prior authorization to make reproductions or copies of the video. So it's clear that the copies are pirated copies and they constitute copyright infringement. So no, it's not legal for the teacher to copy the video. Is it legal for the teacher to sell the videos to parents in the church? Again, no, for the same reasons previously mentioned. Since the videos are pirated and unauthorized reproductions, then the teacher had legally no right to sell the same to the parents in the church. Next, is it legal for the hearing signer to videotape Ramon's live storytelling at Deaf Awareness Week? Here it's important to note that the live storytelling performed by Ramon, it has a separate and distinct copyright from the video that Ramon originally produced. So in this case, since the live storytelling is covered by a separate copyright, and from the facts, it was not stated that the hearing signer had prior authorization to videotape the performance, then no, it was not legal for him to videotape the live storytelling without Ramon's consent, prior consent. Last question, is it legal for the hearing signer and his NGO to use Deaf Child in Mindoro, the videotape that he made of Ramon's live storytelling, as material in their FSL program? Again, no, for the same reasons previously mentioned. Since the hearing signer did not have authority to videotape the live storytelling, then any video produced is illegal, and any material using such video that they are using in their FSL program, such use is unauthorized and therefore is also illegal. So that's it for now. Some of the other questions we will tackle in depth at our scheduled webinar, hopefully come second week of July. That's it. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I hope to see you all in our next webinar. Thank you.